Hi guys. Hi, welcome to my live. Please make sure you like when you enter the live. I'm sorry I'm late. That's the thing I need to work on in 2026 is time. Time management is very bad for me. I'm not good with time management and I definitely will work on it in 2026. Um So I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I'm definitely having, it's been a relaxed day, kind of busy because I have to just prepare. You have to clean it Saturday. It's cold outside. So I have not really been out. I did go outside shortly just to pick up some groceries and also um, to pick up groceries pretty much. Pick up groceries and, get gas for my car, knowing I hate getting gas for my car, but because when you live with a husband, they're supposed to fill up the gas, and that's what I say. I'm not supposed to be going to a gas station at all, but I was driving the car and the car needed gas, so I went to get gas for the car. The grocery stores were so packed. I forgot it was the first of the month. The grocery store, they were super packed. So that's what I pretty much did today. Did some house cleaning earlier. I managed some things that I want to accomplish for 2026. So I was writing my goals down and seeing what I could do to get towards them today. So that's what I did all morning, ordered groceries, and then go to the grocery store. So the topic of the day is, why do people ask black girls to touch their hair, or why do they, like, if someone have hair, long hair as a black girl, it's a problem. It's like, what's wrong with you? Do you really have, is that really your hair? And that's why I think in 2026 people should stop doing that. I know a lot of girls, we wear wigs and weaves, so sometimes our natural hair is not showing, and people still wonder, is that your hair? How did your hair grow so long overnight? When I used to go to the office, I used to get lots of comments about my hair, everything about hair. But I think hair in the black community is so unique. Hair is our strength because we really love our hair. Thank you so much. So I just ran in and I got myself made up, but I was running late for my live. So thank you so much. So I think here the black community make a big deal about here, and I don't understand why. It's like here make or break them. And I've seen a lot of girls, they're embracing, shaving off their head, wearing low hair, wearing their afro puff, wearing braids, wearing weave. You could wear your hair however you want, but I'm wondering why people are always asking to touch her hair. And I'm not talking about strangers, it's even family members. If they see your hair long or something, they'll see, is that your real hair? Is that a wig or whatever? When they know that you already have a lot of hair, it's just some people, they prefer to wear extensions or wear wigs because it's easily managed. Like, I live in a very cold state. It's freezing out here. And I don't think that's really good for her hair. I think her hair needs sunshine and vitamin D, just like her skin if you have melanin. So I think, in the winter, I think her hair should be really tucked away because the cold weather dry her hair out. It's very much not good for her hair, I think. I think we need sunshine on our hair, believe it or not. But people also think because a black girl have wig or weaves, like she prefer to wear wig or weaves, that she have no hair. My friend used to tell me that every girl that wear wigs or weave is bald headed, and it's not true. Some people just prefer to wear extensions because it's easy to manage. I think a lot of people go dreads and stuff because it's hard to manage, black hair, especially if you have thick hair like me, 4C hair. It's very hard to manage. So putting on extensions is it's easy. You can get up and go, you know? And a lot of people are against perm. They're saying perms cause cancer, but I see a lot of people with perms and they're perfectly fine. So, to each your own with their hair. If someone asks you to touch their hair, I think we get offended because black hair is sensitive, you know? It doesn't grow as fast and it, you know, people don't like their hair to be touched. You know, I don't like a stranger to come up to my hair and touch my hair. If it's like a fake hair, wig or weave, I don't mind. I don't care about that. But my natural hair, I don't like when you know, it's so bad. But, you know, it's a thing. I don't like people to touch my hair, and it's a thing. Now, even when my mom or dad touch my hair at this age, I don't like it. But I guess with black girls, we have a stigma about her hair, which is, guys, don't forget to like my live when you enter, please. Don't forget to like. Thank you so much for subscribing. But don't forget to like my channel. So I was talking about black hair. Black hair is so beautiful, but we get offended a lot when people touch our hair. And I would like to hear from you guys. Why do you think black girls get so offended? You know, people make fun of someone for having short hair. You know, their hair is not long enough or thick enough. But I think your hair, so be it. You know, people um if they want to touch your hair, you don't have to be really offended. You can tell them to, you know, kindly that you don't like that. You don't have to get offended. And also for black girls, stop comparing your hair to other people's hair. Just embrace the hair that you have, you know? A lot of people get mad at people for not having long hair. Hair is hair. You know, guys, sometimes I remember one time I cut my hair very short and people were shocked that I cut my hair short. But it's here. No, I don't like cereal. But your hair is your mane, and I feel like a lot of people think it's their strength. A lot of women don't think that they look good without their hair. And it's just I have to research as to why our hair is so, you know, it's so prominent, it's so important to us, and we get offended when people touch it. We, you know, we make fun of other people for not having the same length hair as us, and we it's just ridiculous. If someone have coarser hair, they say it's ugly, or if they have too soft hair, they say it's soft. Now, guys, can you please like my live as soon as you come into the video? Just like it for me. Thank you. Liking my live will definitely help me. So if you can please just like my live. So Um, yeah, hair is beautiful. I like with black, any hair that you can straighten it, you can curl it, you can put it up, put it down, you know, but don't let your hair be like, oh, you think you're better than others because your hair is longer than someone else. That's ridiculous. You know, don't put somebody else down because of hair. You know, hair is our main. We feel like our hair is important. It is very important. Sometimes our hair define us because a lot of people, they have dreads and they style their dreads in very unique way that represents them. So yeah, I understand why some people won't let others touch their hair because it is offensive, you know. And a lot of people are very superstitious about their hair. So that is pretty much why they probably won't don't like people touching their hair. And the way this conversation came up is because someone tried to touch my hair and I did not like for them to touch my hair. So I just wanted to ask you guys, why do black people hate us touching their hair? You know? Why do black people, you know? Why do black people hate people touching their hair? You know? I think here sometimes is people's identity define them. Some people they wear their hair the same way every single time. They don't change because they feel like if their hair is not certain way, it doesn't represent them. Sorry, thank you so much. I don't know why I'm coughing. I almost choked. I'm so sorry about that. But thank you so much, Mike. Um, but some people they're here to find them, you know. And I feel like yes, our hair is a part of our identity, but a lot of us girls we've made like fake hair become a part of our identity, but it's not. You know, wearing fake weaves and wigs, it's cute. It's like an accessory, I think. You know, it's an accessory to us because you can add length, you can have it short, you can put it up, you can be diverse with your hairstyles because of wigs and weaves. But it doesn't define you. It should not be a part of your identity. Your real natural hair is a part of your identity, and I could understand why people don't want people to touch their hair, you know? Because when you go up to a Caucasian person or somebody who's not black, do you really ask them, can you touch their hair? Do you ask a non black person to touch their hair when you see their hair? You know? They might if someone have dreads, but our hair is just so unique and interesting to other people that they fall in love, they go crazy, you know. And in 2026, black hair has been around forever. Afro puffs, dreads, you know, straight. Sometimes when I wear my puffy hair or so, like wear my hair straight, they ask, is that a wig? Why can't a black girl have straight long hair? I mean, I don't know if some black people have straight hair. They probably do where it doesn't get curly at all. But it doesn't have to be a wig. I think people put black hair in a they try to state that our hair cannot grow long. Hi, how are you? We're placed in a box, you know? Like this can't happen, that can't happen when it comes to hair. But in 2026, we have, I'm happy that we're all unique and we all can do things with our hair. But if you don't want someone to touch your hair, it's okay. You know, even my kids, they're boys, and sometimes I have their hair curly, and they say, oh, my friends, my son, he's like, I don't like when my friends play my hair at school. So even with his hair, and he's a kid, that they get like curious about their hair. You know, I don't, it's because it's different. You know, if someone's hair is different than your hair, then you can ask him about it. You don't have to touch it. But he says he doesn't like people always touching his hair, you know? Hi, Noel. Are you from Cameroon? You know, so, hi, you're from Cameroon? Nice. What time is it in Cameroon? I think our hair is our main. We should be embrace our hair. Don't be ashamed. You know, I see the girls and the boys have very cute dreads. You know, sometimes I'm wondering, should I go dreads, the sister locks, the dreads? It's so pretty, you know? Oh, it's 11:36 p.m., almost bedtime. Is it warm in Cameroon? It's very cold here. Very cold, you know? So I just want, I don't know, Noel, to have a car from here. It's very possible. Who will be sending you that car? It's 5:37 p.m. You know? It's 5:37 p.m., but it's very dark out. I can't afford a Lamborghini. A Lamborghini is not an American car, you know? Hi, Zandil. How are you? So, guys, in 2026, embrace your hair. Our hair is our main, it defines us. You know, you can touch your hair. Don't get offended if someone wants to touch your hair. They just pretty much that's their way of telling you your hair is very beautiful. You know, people express things in different ways. And I feel like when people ask a black girl to touch their hair, it just means you're telling us that our hair is very beautiful and that, you know, they just want to touch the beauty. They want to see the beauty, you know? It's just, I think it's just your natural instinct to touch your our hair. Our hair is just so unique that people want to feel it, to see how it feels when we have braids, weave, whatever. It's still, even though the weaves look Caucasian or like another culture, they still want to touch our hair. So I think is, I guess every hair that's a part of us is unique. Every hair that, you know, we sometimes I myself can wear a wig or a weave extension. I love short hair, but it does not look good on me. But sometimes I wish I could wear short hair, but short hair doesn't look good on me. You know, I do braids, wig, weaves, but they're beautiful. We just have to be careful because a lot of those things that they said they're causing a lot of cancer. You have to wear human hair because human hair is better for you, and just take care of your hair. In 2026, you know how everyone wants to touch black hair. I would love to for the black girls, including myself, to start taking care of our real hair. You know, a lot of black girls have flourishing long hair, but they hide it underneath wigs and weaves. And it's like, you're on earth. Why are you hiding what God has given you? Your beautiful hair, your beautiful mane. Why do you think it needs to be suppressed? It shouldn't be suppressed. You're supposed to show your hair. You're supposed to embrace yourself with your hair, with your natural form, you know? Sure, Noel, you can ask a question. You're supposed to embrace your hair in its natural form. You know, embrace yourself, embrace all of you. And your hair is your main. People see it. So in 2026, stop promoting wigs and weaves. Stop promoting fake hair. Promote real hair. You know, a lot of girls are selling wigs and weaves. I do understand that some people have to wear it because of their condition, but we all don't have to wear it. And it costs so much money. It's not a cheap. Hi, Godspeed. How are you? Thank you for coming into my live. My number one supporter. So it's not, what was I saying? Guys, don't forget to like my live when you come in. So what was I saying? So a lot of people will promote wigs and weaves, and I'm not talking negative about wigs or weaves because I wear it as well. But as I get older, I'd like to embrace wearing my hair out more because, a lot of people, they just think they'll wear weaves on their head and they'll say that they're better than another female, or, oh, I look so good. But you're not naturally you. You have an extension in your hair, you know? They sell wigs and weaves for so much. And I was watching this, I saw a short on YouTube how a female, she states, if we're taking care of our hair, like we're taking care of, our body, or finances or whatever. Our hair is a part of our body. It's a part of our what DNA, I would say. It's a part of us, it defines us, so we should definitely take care of it. I can't knock somebody for wearing wigs and weaves, but I feel like in 2025, we should really try to embrace our natural hair so that, yeah, people can say, oh, can I touch your hair? Is that your hair? My hair is not that long, and people are asking me sometimes, is that a wig? I don't think my hair look like a wig, but sometimes in my real life, I'm speaking honestly, they ask, is that a weave? So why can't a black girl have flourishing hair? Why can't we have good, like they say, good hair, Our hair is our main, but a lot of people just through, I guess, social media or society, well, black people have been wearing wigs and extensions till the end of time. It's not new, but it's gotten way out of hand because the wigs and weaves, now they're making the wigs and weave that look exactly like her hair. So I could put one in and you could not tell the hair was not coming out of my scalp. But it's like the quality of hair it's just awful. Before when it wasn't social media and all these different vendors, they had good quality of hair. I would say about 2009 to maybe 2014 or so, or before then. Before two, before 2014, they had good quality hair, but now they have the vendors for hair is the market is so oversaturated that they're selling hair for like $300, and it's like it's tangles and shed. So I would prefer to wear my real hair than buying a hair that, after a week or so it's shedding. I'm pretty much wasting like $300. And some girls spend way more, and sometimes you buy the hair, you use it, and after you spend $300 and then you don't want it, So in 2026, I hope we take better care of our hair and I hope we embrace our hair. Social media in the world have just told black girls, black females that we don't look good in our true self or true form. And I hope that, in the future we see ourselves differently. We don't see that we need to wear extensions to look beautiful. Yes, sometimes extensions expresses different form of art. It expresses yourself, because you can wear different colors, you can word in different, styles. So it expresses some part of, your personality, like switching it up. But is that really you? No, because it's fake. Anything that's fake, that's a part of you, is not really you. It's just, an addition. It's not really truly you. Sometimes I feel like people do things to hide their true self. Like when, say, you're wearing a blue here, like you're trying to get so much attention that you're hiding your true self. Yes, it's artistic and unique, but sometimes I feel like, and people might come for me for this, sometimes I feel like the people who try to be so different, so eccentric, so unique, that they're truly trying to hide something else. Something is missing, either they didn't get any attention when they're young, something like that. But that's for a different day and for a different conversation. But, I'm not making fun of anyone. I'm just saying it's okay to be unique. It's okay to be eccentric, but to what extent, you know? Yes, if you're on the runway, you can model the hair because runway fashion, you know, hairstyles is very different, unique. But in the real world, I think black girls need to start embracing their real hair. You know, I see a lot of girls with beautiful hair. It's so beautiful. They keep it up and they embrace it and they look really good doing it. But a lot of us, not me, I'm not insecure, but a lot of girls are insecure about wearing their real hair. You know, a lot of girls are insecure about wearing their real hair. Guys, don't forget to like my live when you enter the chat. Which country? I am in the United States and it's very, very cold here. You know, I'm very cold, freezing as that. I went out today for a little bit for like 1 hour. You know, I hibernate. I don't really go outside in the winter time. So we're in the US right now talking about hair. And I was saying how, as a black girl, I have my hair like this, but the cold weather is not really good for my hair. And I was saying how embracing wigs and weaves is not, we should stop doing it. You know, I admire my mom because she doesn't wear any extensions. But, you know, sometimes I like uh, wearing it. Which job am I doing? It's Saturday. I'm not working. I'm just talking right now. Try to like my live, and I can't really talk about my job on here, but it's a good career. I can't talk about it. We're forbidden to talk, okay? But I do work in the finance industry. But we're talking about here and talking about black hair. But what do you guys think? Do you think, like I was stating, how people, they just will walk up to you and ask you, "Oh, is that your hair? Can I touch it?" When I used to go to the office a lot, I used to get a lot of talks about my hair. You know, is that your hair? They touch my hair. Whether it's fake or real, it's just people get so crazy over here. Here. So, yes, I feel like hair is very important in the black community. It's very important. Hi, Bernard. How are you? Yes, I work at night. I work at the White House. I wish, you know, Washington, D.C. I need to visit. So, right, I feel like, you know, black hair, our hair is a part of our identity and culture. And Black History Month is coming next month. And, you know, last year I went to a Black History parade, excuse me, and the kids, they just embrace their natural. And I love to see it because I feel like if you're a parent, I don't have any girls, but if you have a girl and you're saying, "Oh, she have to have only straight hair, silky hair," is that really a definition of her culture? It's not her culture. You know, black people don't have straight silky hair. Maybe some do, but not, it's not the main form of hair in our culture. Our hair is kinky and curly and go up, you know. In my natural form, my hair turns into an afro. I can't get it like this unless I straighten it or, you know, I curl it. But naturally, your hair is kinky and puffy. So I love the parents that are embracing that, you know, allowing their daughters to wear the natural hair because it's a part of our culture. It defines us. It's very unique. So I understand why people always want to touch our hair because it's very interesting to them. You know, they they love our hair. You know, it is very eccentric and unique. Our hair, you know, our natural hair, not the weave and wigs. Our natural hair is defines our culture. It's unique. Yes, braiding is a form of our culture, but braid still requires fake and extensions. You know, it's just unique. Will I ever get dreads? No, I will not. No. Thank you so much, Bernard. I appreciate that. What time is it in Kenya? What time is it in Kenya? So, I would love for the females to have their daughters embrace their hair. And I love that the boys too, like the black boys, they all have the same style. They're growing their hairs. A lot of them are not getting dreads, but they're having like the puff and they're sponging their hair, you know. And to me, it's so cute when I see the boys with their hair, the little boys are having dreads. It's an expression of who they are. And then to see, how grown-ups don't understand here, a lot of people are against dreads. They're just disturbed by it or totally against it. And these little boys, trust me, my kids are 8 years old asking for dreads. So they probably understand it better than we do. When a little kid is understanding that, oh, dreads are unique and they look good, and adults turn they scorn it. It's like, what's going on in society? A lot of people there were stories viral on the internet how people got fired because of their hair. It's like, how can your hair allow you to get fired? Your hair is a part of your culture. Now, Bernard, you're a man, are you? And I'm a female. Why would you ask me, a female, look at me. Why would you ask a female that looked like this to send you money? Like, don't let me tell you about yourself. We're talking about here, but I don't take care of any man, hon, at all. Don't you think I need support too? Send me some money. Send money my way. Now, the people in other countries are so bold with asking for money. Is very ridiculous. They don't care. They just think you're in America and money grows on trees. You know, it doesn't grow on tree. I have to work, just like everyone else, you know, I have to work. A guy should never see a beautiful girl and ask her for money. He should offer her money. So if I had a daughter, that's definitely what I would teach her. She should never give a man money. The guy should give her money. Yes, when you guys are married, it's different. Hi, when you, okay, guys, you can ask your questions, but I'll certainly answer if it's appropriate. But I don't feel like a male should ask a woman for money. I feel like that's very inappropriate. You're supposed to give money to a woman, you know? Don't ask a woman for money. And it's like there's a lot of women, beautiful women, who are willing to take care of a man. I am not that type of woman. I was never raised like that. My dad was the provider. I'm very traditional. So, very traditional. And, I do have a live coming up about why are men not being providers in 2026? Why are they wanting women to take care of them? The roles are being reversed. Hi, Enoch, how are you? Why do you guys think I have money? Because of how I look? God will bless us all in 2026. He'll make us all prosper. He'll give you guys all the money you need. Guys, you will get all the money you need, and I will pray for you. Bernard, Noel, whoever. I hope that you guys can um, get all the money you need. Sure, Elias, if you need to learn how to speak English, sure. You're typing perfectly fine. But I was talking about, Thank you, AJ. I appreciate it. I really do. Guys, don't forget to like as you come in because I see that you guys are coming in, but you're not liking the live. But you guys can like the live if you don't like this conversation today. Maybe another day you'll like my conversation. Today I'm talking about black hair, and I see a lot of African American Kenyan people talking about hair. You guys can let me know, what do you feel about black hair? Are you guys, I know the hair conversation is deep because someone asked me to touch my hair, and I don't like that. I don't like when people ask me to touch my hair. Sometimes when my husband try to touch my hair, I say no because he'll mess it up, of course, but if I'm going out. But oh, you're from UK. Okay, so you must have a nice accent. Now, if anyone ever want to go live with me, just send me a message with your email on Instagram, and then I'll send you the link. We'll set up a date on the internet to see we can go live and talk, you know? Yeah, you don't touch a woman's ear, especially a black woman's ear. But I feel like with black people, they ask us to touch our hair the most. And I feel like, yes, our hair is unique. It's very beautiful. We have very unique hair, very different hair. I love how we are able to express our personality, our culture, our heritage through our hair. But I also feel like the black community, it's like a divide. Like some women, because one time I went to the hair salon and I got in the kinky straight. So it kind of matched my hair. I got an extension, and the hairdresser was black, and she said she did not like the kinky straight hair, and I was appalled by it because to me that's your natural hair that comes out of your head. Yes, I understand our hair gives us a lot of trouble, guys. My hair is a lot for me. It's what they make up all these numbers about hair. It's 4C, so it's a lot, and it's a lot for me. It's, what do they call it, coarse. So they call it coarse here. But for someone to tell me that they don't like the texture of hair, my natural hair, it's like, it's very baffling. And then you see other cultures who's not my culture, they're in love with it. Some of my coworkers, they're just in love with my hair. They go crazy when I wear my afro to work, you know. So it's like we as black people and black girls need to embrace our culture, needs to embrace our hair. The topic was for hair. Do you guys want me to change the conversation? I'm not talking about my hair. I'm talking about black hair. I'm talking about black hair and how people always want to touch our hair. That's the topic of conversation. Elias Santos, they have a lot of programs on the internet about speaking English. What country are you in? I don't speak, I speak English, but I don't speak like the best English. I don't know. Do you guys think I speak the best English? Because English, I'm Jamaican, so I speak patois. So I do have an accent. So yes, I speak English good, but sometimes I wish I could speak UK English. I wish I could have that accent because I love the accent, and I just love how they speak in the UK. Okay. So they didn't ask the question. If you guys ask your questions, then I'll answer it. Happy New Year, Sean Smith. Hope you're doing good. You're Jamaican too, AJ? Wow, so do you have a Jamaican accent and wagwan? See? Wagwan. There I go. You guys hear wagwan. You hear the accent, So I like, it's kind of different when you hear the Jamaican and the UK. I love to hear those accents. There's a phrase that they used to state. I have this friend from my community that's from the UK, and they used to say this word. Was it ain't it so or ain't it? Ain't it? I can't do it, but ain't it or something. Like the way you guys say certain words is just so good to me. Sean, we're not going there, okay? We did not come on this live to talk about those things. That means you are not straight and you like boys. That's what you do as a man, you know? Ain't it his country, but they used to say a word in yeah, Sean, don't say that. That's not nice, you know? I just think ain't it, but they used to say a word ain't it. I can't remember. Oh my goodness. If I think of it, then I will say it for UK. Because I also on Instagram, I have an Instagram friend. She lives in the UK, but she's not Jamaican. She's from Africa. And we became she's like my Instagram friend. We talk all the time. It's just so funny how I can get friends on the internet. But she's from the UK, and when she speaks, like in her stories and stuff, it just sounds so good to me, you know? Yeah, everything is Irie. I hope everyone is having an Irie New Year, a happy New Year, you know? Sean Smith, where are you from? Because I thought you were American, you know? People, I don't think he want that in his Google search, you know? If that's in his Google search, he's not going to be happy about it. Now, guys, don't forget, I keep saying, don't forget to like my live. Uh, English is good because we all understand. So why do you think we all understand English? Because they made it like the main language that everyone is to learn, English. But I feel like people should know other different languages, you know? I would love to learn other languages because I feel like other languages are unique and other languages are nice as well. Sean, I don't think you want that in your search because pretty much you're going to be spammed with all of that. Please don't search that up. We already told you what it is and just move on, you know? Move on from that, you know? We told you what it is. Move on from that, okay? Oh, you can speak French, German. That's so good. You know what I'll do in 2026? I said I wanted to learn something. So I will try to teach myself another language. So they have courses on the internet and they have courses that we can take to teach. So I'll try to learn to speak another language. You know, we're off the here topic, but it's okay. Everyone wants to talk about something else. But I would love to learn another language. French, Germany seems a bit okay, but yeah, I know people who know like 8 or 7 languages. I think that's so cool that they're able to do that. Oh, you learn a lot of IT. Ugh. You learn a lot of IT? Yeah, I don't know what language, but I would love to speak. I learned Spanish in high school, so I know poquito Spanish, but I didn't retain it because I'm not around a lot of Spanish speaking associates. But I feel like all language is beautiful, but I feel like it's great how everyone can understand English and able to communicate. Now, I did go to a Spanish speaking country and the English for some of them was very like there was a language barrier for me and I just wish I paid attention more in Spanish class. It would have been very much easier. I had to take out my Google Translator and I did not like to communicate like that. So yes, it's good to know other languages. So I feel like maybe I'll do that in 2026. You know, bonjour, oui, oui, you know, hola, ¿cómo estás? Swahili. Now, do they speak Swahili in Kenya? Uh, is it Swahili that they speak in Kenya? I feel it's so, you guys don't think it's, the different languages are so interesting. Just like I was saying, here is interesting and unique. Having different languages is so unique, you know? Like every country have their own languages, but the fact that they teach every country English, you know, that's good too. Like every country can speak English. But the thing is, if someone is not educated, they won't get to learn English. Because I was in a Spanish speaking country, and the guy, he didn't go to school. So he didn't, he knew, but he knew two languages because, you know, like I went to Dominican Republic, and you know that Haiti is right next to the Dominican Republic. And he knew Haitian and Spanish, so I thought that was cool. He knew two languages, but he didn't know English. Well, is that Chinese? You know, guys, I've been watching this lady. She's from Africa. She lives in, what does she live? She's from, is it Uganda? One of those countries. But she married a Chinese guy. She's called, you guys can look her up, like Rose in Africa, Rose in China. But sometimes I'll watch them because they cook. All they do is cook, and their food look good. But she speaks Chinese, and you know, she's like the only black person in the community, and they just show their every day-to-day life, and it's so intriguing to me. You know, she knows, she speaks Chinese, and she speaks it so well. So I watch that sometimes, and then when I watch her, I'm like, oh, I wish I knew Mandarin, you know, but what has four legs but can't walk? Oh my goodness, you guys are funny. I'm happy you guys are having a wonderful Saturday. Today, I just stayed home. I didn't do anything. You know, tomorrow I'll be very busy. Godspeed, you know Mandarin? That's so cool. You're quite smart. How do you write that way? I don't know what you're saying. That seemed like it's more like Egypt or Israel. Uh, Arab or Arab. You guys are stumping me. I think you want to know my true brain, like my IQ at this point. You're funny, AJ. You're funny. Yes, is your computer translating it? Is making it, you're using a translator because you probably don't know what those things mean. You're just using a translator to translate things, you know? But I feel that's good how you can write in other languages, and, you know, the computer allows you to do that. But there's so many different languages. It's just hard, and they type so different. It's like, what is that, you know? I feel like just like every country learn English, America should also teach all these different languages as well. You know, it should be an option. I'm tall when young and short when old. What am I? You're not gonna school me today, AJ. Saturday, you know, I'm unwinding, and it's not about that. I will never be able to solve your riddles. Because I'm someone who needs people to be very direct with me. Come straight. Don't go around the bush. Oh, a candle. I would have never guessed that, even though I probably heard it before, you know? Oh, mm, that's interesting. See, I knew it was, I said Arab, so I knew it was Arabic. I knew it. See? I knew it was Mandarin, and I kind of knew it, you know, because I see it. But I love when the girls, like the black girls, could speak it fluently, or the black black guy. Why do you guys ask if I have a daughter? I don't have a daughter. Yes, the topic is about here, but you guys are talking about languages today. But it's, hair and language connect because, Arab people, what do? They cover their hair. Chinese people, they wear their hair straight and black, so it is what it is. No, I don't have a daughter. I have all sons. You're gonna wash your hair today, comment, enjoy. You're gonna wash your hair. Yeah, you're giving me a degree on a Saturday afternoon. Like you're trying to burst my brain, which my brain, maybe next week I'll start. I'll start, but not this week. This week is, a holiday week. I'm rested. My brain is not being over this week at all. I'll think next week. Your hair is short and wavy, Godspeed. Oh, wow. That's nice. Do you wear a do-rag? No one has short, wavy hair in my household. The kids have, how the black boys are wearing their hair up and they're sponging it. That is what they're doing. Red, green, and blue. AJ, if you're dating a girl, she will not like this, okay? She won't like you doing riddles with her all day unless she's a very quirky girl. I'm a bit quirky, but not in not in that sense. I don't want you to ask me riddles and try to burst my brain. Where do you get these riddles from? Who do you Well, you live in the UK, so, you know. Oh, you wear a stocking cap to bed? I hope you don't wear a stocking cap in public. That's like back in the 90s, so you can tell your age. So you're giving your style. You like to do riddles. So I would say you're kind of NERD, a nerd. I'm sorry. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just asking. I'm sorry. Oh, so you like to learn. You like, burst in people's brain. That's fine. That's just your personality. A lot of people are like that. They have quirky personalities. They're different. You're clever and you like to learn, which is good. It's nice that you like to learn. I like to learn too. But riddles, no. Okay. I thought the do-rag makes your hair wavy, not the stocking cap, but I thought, I don't know, that's like back in the 90s. Yeah, I use Bantana oil on my edges, but it has a very strong scent, like a coffee scent. Okay, a stocking cap is better. It allows wavy. Well, no one has waves here in my household. Everyone have hair, like high hair, and I just wish my two younger sons could cut their hair because they don't like to comb their hair. Like, how can you have hair and don't like to comb it? That's the thing. When you have boys with hair that they would love to grow out their hair, you have to treat it like how you are treating your own hair as a female. You have to wash it, condition it. You have to, do everything, pick it, and young boys don't have time for that. So uh you definitely have to do that. Why did you retract your message, Godspeed? I didn't see it. Show it to me again. So you used to have braids. Uh so now we're back into here. So AJ, Bantana oil is good for growing your hair. I used to put it on I do have it for my edges, but it it's a very strong scent. It has like a very strong coffee scent, but I feel like it's good for your hair. But they have a lot of oh, you had braids in your 20s. Yeah, that's the way. Yeah, braids are very, when I watch that show Pop the Balloon and I see guys in their 30s with the single braids, I feel like, oh boy, you have to grow up. Why would you walk on a show to date professional women with single braids as 30? When you dress like that, it's giving me 20s for sure. It's not giving me like you're an older guy, a serious guy. It's giving me that you are, trying to hold on to your youth. And that's the thing. Hair is very much an expression, but sometimes how your hair is, it could tell your age. Like if you're younger or older, I think a guy in his 30s, like mid 30s, 37, the guy was 37 or so, he has single plaits. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And that's the thing that's wrong with society. Like a lot of the older people are trying to stay young, they're trying to retain their youth, you know? But it's like, come on. You're supposed to cut your hair. You're not supposed to. Or I like the guys with the dreads or even with the high top, but to have plaits, you know? I don't date anyone with dreads, but the guys that have neat dreads, then keep it neat if you're older. If you're at a certain age, I would say try to wear a more mature style. The plaits are for younger boys. They're not for older boys. You know? Okay. So what time is it in the UK, AJ? He disappeared. What time is it in the UK? It's so cold. I'm so cold today. I used to, when I was in college, I wore a lot of braids. And I used to be asked all the time, are you African? What part of Africa are you from? I guess I had a very eccentric look or so, or very African look. But I used to be asked all the time, what part of Africa are you from? Like it's only African people who could really wear braids. But I don't really like braids anymore because I cannot sit that long to do my hair. I don't have the time to sit long to do hair, and then you have to take it out. I'm just over that. I just have no patience, you know. Thank you, Noel. I try my best. Guys, don't forget to like my live because I see that you guys are coming in, but you're not liking the live. You're not liking my live. So, guys, I hope you're enjoying your Saturday. I'm kind of sad because, like in Jamaica, they say your free paper is bun. So, I have to go back to work. Time to go back to a regular schedule. You know, no more relaxing, no more enjoying yourself. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It's so cold here. Like, I just need the summertime to hurry up and come. This weather is just very aggravating to me. And I know it's God's weather, the universe's weather. I am not supposed to complain. The snow looks really good, the white snow in my backyard or the white snow all on my lawn. But, I'm not feeling this weather at all. I can't enjoy this weather. This weather is just, like I said, it's not good for our hair. It's not good for my mental health. If I didn't have kids, I would move to the south because I was talking about moving to Florida. And I actually like Florida because we go like every year. We normally go to Florida, probably to Orlando for the kids or Fort Lauderdale. Last year my kids had something where we had to go to Savannah, Georgia, and I loved it. I've never been to Savannah. Normally, I've been to Atlanta, but Savannah was very nice. It kind of reminded me of, my state here up north. It was beautiful, hot, but I don't like the gun laws in Florida or down south, like the stand your ground laws. I don't like those type of laws. So I don't know if I can move there. I need to move somewhere where they don't have those type of laws. Like you can just take up a weapon and just, you know, do something to someone because they're on your lawn or on your front. It's real. That's really ridiculous to me. But yeah, I was thinking of moving to Florida because this weather is very like depressing. It's cold and it's just freezing. I'm cold. I just stay cuddled up, and I'm a homebody, but I don't like to be forced to stay home. I feel like this weather forces you to sit your butt down and stay in the house. And most people are going to bars and clubs, but I am not a bar or club girl, you know. So I'm not going to go. I'm just home. Kids don't want to go out in the cold either. We just want to stay home in the heat. Hi, Lottie. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. So that's your type of laws, you know. That's type of scary, I think, especially if you have children. I see that a lot of Americans are moving to like Vietnam, Thailand, and all those places. And I want to be very, very like, I'm kind of spontaneous where I would get up one day. Well, I can't do that because I had kids. If I didn't have kids, I would get up one day and probably move out of the country because some of the laws is just very crazy to me, and I don't want to have a weapon because I don't know. I'm a girl. Girls shouldn't have weapons. They're too emotional. Guys, don't forget to like my live as you come in. Hi, Lottie. Hope you're doing well. Don't forget to like my live. Yeah, girls are so emotional. I don't think they should have weapons, but I think people who have weapons should get a class on emotional intelligence because when you're upset, sometimes people just do crazy things, you know? And I feel like that's why there's a lot happening in the US. Thank you so much, Lottie. I appreciate it. How are you doing today? And I feel like you're in the UK, so it's very late where you're at. So I don't like the stand your ground laws. I feel like they need to change it. Once they change it, then I'll move down south. Or I'll move down south and stay in my corner because I love the heat. I don't like it too hot anymore, not humidity. But this cold, I feel like a lot of people are having seasonal depression, you know? A lot of people are having seasonal depression at this time. You know, how can you be content? I guess you have to force yourself to be content. You have to force yourself to be happy because we go through this every year, so we should be used to it. But I am not used to this weather. It's like I'm stuck in the house. I can't go anywhere. Well, I can go places, but I don't like to be in the cold. But let me stop complaining because, we have choices, right? I can get up and move to Florida, you know? I can get up and move to Florida. They have a lot of indoor water parks. Maybe I'll try one because it's very hot, kind of like the summer. But we'll see. We just have to enjoy this weather for a few more months. You know, Godspeed, I have a lady that I know. I was talking to her. She used to do my hair a long time ago, and she always stated, she said she's never been depressed, never been sad. She always looked happy. She never been depressed, never been sad. But I feel like no one can say they've never been depressed, never been sad, because people have losses that makes them that way. I'm very happy most of the time. I would say 70% of the time because of my, monthly, I know TMI, I get really moody, sometimes I get, down, and it's because of that. Once that's done, I'm back to being my happy self. And I was talking to my friend and telling her how when I get that, it's like my mood is just down. It's down. It's not that I don't appreciate life. It just that makes me unhappy. Not unhappy, but it just put me in a mood where I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to be around anyone. I get very moody, and it's just I feel like a lot of females go through that. I know we're missing the topic. We're changing the topic. A lot of females go through that and they give them pills and stuff to help them, but I think the pills might make it worse. So I look into a lot of natural things to probably change my mood, but most of the time I'm very happy. I'm very like um zen. I don't bother anyone. I'm in my own corner, you know. But, I'm a mom and a wife. We have a lot to deal with. We have a lot to deal with on a daily basis. So, but I would say I appreciate life too, but I don't think I'm 90% happy, maybe 80%, maybe 80%. But this weather is just too much. You're still happy in the cold. The cold does not make me, you know, it just makes me very I need to be in the warm. When I'm in the warm, I'm so happy. Like the heat makes me so happy. But you're right. We need to learn to appreciate every moment, learn to just in our moment enjoy it. We know that it's cold. We know that we can't do the things that we do when it's summertime. So we just have to enjoy what we have now. We have to enjoy what we have now. And that's a good, start of the new year for us to learn to appreciate life, learn to be happy. I have a quote on my wall that says, enjoy your journey or something. I don't even remember the quote, you know, to enjoy your journey or every step in the way, something of that sense. I have to go upstairs and see it, you know and we should enjoy our journey in life, enjoy every moment, and just try to be happy in our situations. Of course, if it's a toxic situation, you're not going to be happy, but try to enjoy the journey. Electric hand warmers, is battery powered? I need one of that, because I would love to go outside to walk And that's my thing. I like to be in nature, but when it's like freezing cold below 20 degrees, I don't want to be outside, but I need to get proper gear for outside so that I can walk outside. Because normally I am not outside in this weather, you know. I'm in my car or when I get out of the car. Well, today it wasn't that cold. Sometimes in the house feels colder than outside. When I went out today, it wasn't freezing cold. Hot potatoes. You're so funny. It wasn't freezing cold today, but it wasn't cold. I went out, my jacket was open, so it wasn't freezing cold, but it's just the snow on the ground. It got dark really early, you know, that could get anyone down, but we have to enjoy it. Sometimes I go out and I walk in the snow, but Lottie, I'll try to buy gear for outside. So I think that's my issue. I need to be outside walking in nature and I can't do it because of the cold. So that is what I'll do. I'll research to see how and I should have all these things because I've lived in this state my entire life. So um, I'll look into it. I'll try to enjoy this weather. I'll try to enjoy this weather. I will. It's God's weather, so we'll try to enjoy it. It's good that you get to stay inside. You get to, spend time with your family. You get to watch movies. What do you do? Play games. You eat. So that's what we do. You enjoy time inside with your family. We use hot potatoes, you know? That's funny. Oh, Lord, guys. So, what a Saturday. Tomorrow, I'll be so busy. I'm just talking about staying inside, staying home. But tomorrow, I cannot stay home. And that's not good for me because I love to be in my house in the wintertime. Hot potatoes. I have my gloves, but I just go in and out of the car. I go into a facility and that's all. We just have to enjoy the journey. The summertime is coming up. We'll be outside. Like they said, we'll be outside. I'll be outside all summer. But the thing about, you see, we never can win because the thing about the summer is I don't like bugs. I cannot stand bugs. So that's the one thing I like about the winter. There's absolutely no bugs, and I love it. I love the fact that there's no bugs. In the summer, there's, flies and bugs. I don't like it. Ugh. Flies annoy the heck out of me. Yes, I was walking in the snow the other day, but I did not have all the proper gear. So I got cold really quick, so I had to get out of it. But it was nice. I like sometimes I'll just grab a friend, the friends who like to walk in, we'll go walking. No, Lottie, we live in the suburbs, so there's so many places to walk here. I live in the suburbs. There's so many places, but my town, I normally walk. I walk on a track or they have trails, but it's not big trails like the one I like. I live in Connecticut, so they have a lot of walking trails, places to walk. You go in the park, you walk, you know. You can walk. I like to do the track because it's closest to me. Sometimes if I just want to get a quick hour walk, I'll just go by the track. But the track is like the most boringest place to walk for me because, it's not really scenic. It's just a track. So I do like to go on trails, but the trails you have to be careful because we'll see bears and deers and all those type of animals will come out in the summertime or in the spring. But that's what I do. And when it gets warm, I go on trail walks with my friends. When the kids were younger, I would take them with me because they're boys. They needed to be outside. But now they don't really want to come. I normally take them with their bikes and scooters, but they're very scary. We'll be walking down a hill and they're going like top speed down the hill, and then they'll fall and they'll get a cut, and they'll be like crying like, I got cut. I'm like, I told you not to go that fast down the hill, but they'll get up and they'll do it again. So that's how boys are, but yeah, we used to go on trails and we used to be outside all the time, but now they're older. They just don't want to do it, but I force them. So when the spring comes, we'll start doing that. And I like that. I like that my town is small, but sometimes even my state, it's a small state, but they have a lot of nice trails. So I don't always, the trails that I walk is not always in my town. I'll go to like a neighboring town, or, they have falls that this summer I'll try to go. People keep telling me where to go, for to hike in the falls, but I'll try to go you know. But the thing is, no one in my household really like to go walking anymore. So I normally have to go with my friends or myself. My husband refuses to walk, but hey, maybe someday he'll love it. Maybe someday I'll force him to love to walk, because it's so peaceful to walk. Like, no one understands. It's so peaceful to go walking in nature and you get your steps in. So, I see a lot of people, they start when the spring is out, it gets busy, but I'll do it all year round. As long as I have proper gear, I'll go to the track or on a trail that's clean. But in 2026, guys, make sure you get your steps in, work on yourself. I'm older, so I have to work out. I cannot just eat and not work out. The universe will have my body going crazy. I would love to just eat and not being able to work out and don't gain any weight. I could do that when I was younger, but not at this age. What about where you live? Oh, he doesn't walk, honey. And he stays he doesn't gain weight. So I'm like, I don't know. But I force him. Yeah, it's important, especially when you're getting older. It helps your heart. We have a treadmill here, so I tell him to walk on it, because my kids are in track as well. So when they go to their practice, which is normally in the summertime, it's 2 hours a day. So I'll walk around the track, they're practicing, and I'll just utilize the track. It's very hard to do it in the wintertime because the indoor track is like, there's no space to walk. So I'll just do it at home, or I do have, I will let him know. I'll let him know that he needs to walk. He needs to definitely take his steps. And I tell him, I'm like, you need to come walking with me, but he does not. But he's on his feet a lot at work, so I think he doesn't sit all day. At work, he moves around a lot. Like, unlike my job, is I'm sitting all day, so it's like opposite. So he gets to walk at work. Oh, that's nice, Lottie. Lottie, where do you live in the UK? Is it in London or in the countryside? Hi, Zunli. We missed you. It's been a while. How are you doing? It's been a while. I have not heard from you. How are you having a happy new year? Yes, I remember you. You're from Jamaica and you live in either Iowa or Ohio, somewhere, Indiana. Indiana, am I right? It's Indiana. You were talking to us. Oh, so I've heard of, yeah, so you're about 2 hours from London. Okay. So Cambridge, you have a lot of places to walk. You have to let us know, Lottie, where we should visit in London because we're all in the US. So Zunli, how did you, so your last name is Chin. So I was thinking about you. Are you a Chinese Jamaican? I was thinking about that. I never asked you when we were on our live together. So how was your holidays? Did you have a good holidays? Did everyone have a good holiday? You know, did you have a good holiday? That's good. I'm happy you had a great holiday. Um, yes, I kind of figured with your name. And we were talking about hair. So is your hair straight or do you have curls in your hair? Because we were talking earlier about black hair, how people touch it and people ask us to touch our hair a lot. You know, they do. So that's interesting. So, what's the temperature in Indiana? Is it cold in Indiana? It's cold here in Connecticut. It's freezing cold. It's just very cold, but you know what? I have to get used to this weather. Guys, don't forget to like my live when you come in. Make sure you like my live. Okay. It's getting warm in Indiana? Really? It's winter. Isn't Indiana in the Midwest? Zuni is 31 degrees. That is not warm to me. That's cold. My friend sent me a meme at 31 degrees how she is in her blanket under her cover. It was so crazy because people will say, even my dad, when it gets about in the 30s here, that it's warm. It's not warm. It's still winter time. Okay, it's warmer than 20 degrees or in the teens. I got you. It seemed like it's getting colder here. It's not getting warmer. But I need it to get warmer. Remember about 2 winters ago, we weren't getting very cold weather. We were getting very warm winters. But this winter, it's been so cold. Wow. Lottie lived in Cambridge, United Kingdom. She lived in Cambridge, United Kingdom. Cambridge, England? Is that Cambridge, England? Or UK? Cambridge, England, right? It sounds like Antarctica with that weather. Oh my gosh. I guess we're all in a cold climate. We're all the people that lives in a warm climate. We did have some people, Kenya on here, people from, where was it? I forgot the country, Cameroon. But when it gets warm, I need you guys to go on live with me so I can see where you guys are at. Now that it's cold, it's like you guys need to go on live. Send me your email so that we can talk together. England is very depressing. I know a lot of people try to make it look, glamorous. I love the fashion in England, and I feel like they have a lot of, how they have Instagram. What do I call it? They make the restaurants. When are you going on the cruise, Zuni? You said, do I know Jamaica? So you're going. So you're going on a cruise this Monday? Girl, good. I'm so happy for you. Zun Lee. Am I pronouncing your name right? Zun Lee? Zun Lee, right? Zun Lee Chin. Um, oh, you'll have such a ball on the cruise. So you're going to Jamaica. Is it straight to Jamaica or are you going to other islands? Are you asking me how is Jamaica at the moment? It looks okay. I know people who have been to Jamaica and back after the hurricane, like friends, my cousins are there. They look fine. They weren't affected by the hurricane, but I'm dying to go to Jamaica, but I don't see it in my schedule. But we have to just pick a date to go to Jamaica. But Zunli, I hope you have a wonderful time. Eat all the good food for us and bring back some of the sunshine. You're so lucky that you get to go, you know, that you get to travel, you know. We can live vicariously through you. Do you have like an Instagram or follow me on Instagram or oh, so you have other islands? Okay. That should be a fun trip. I'm happy for you. Oh, nice. So you're saying you haven't been back to Jamaica in a while, right? Or do you go back often? Well, I hope you enjoy your trip because with this weather, everyone needs to go to the islands. I wish I could book a trip to Florida or somewhere because it's too cold. Oh, your family didn't get hurt? Oh. So the cruise normally just go to Ocho Rios and what's the other place? Montego Bay, Ocho Rios, and I think Trelawney, right? Is it no, not Trelawney, Falmouth, Falmouth. I think that's where the cruise ships go in Jamaica. I hope you enjoy your trip. Hopefully, when if I go back on live, um, I don't know, you can show us your trip. I don't know if you like to do that, but you can tell us all about your trip because I know you'll be having a ball, a New Year's trip to all the islands. You'll be in the sunshine, soaking up the sun. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, you went back 2 months ago after the hurricane, so everything was good? Yeah, I know a lot of Jamaicans who came here in the cold. Like when I moved from Jamaica, I moved in March. So it was like a shock to me, like a shock, a real shock, you know? And I saw snow the first time I moved. So yeah, Jamaicans would freeze. My aunt, she travels back and forth. Like she comes here um, just for, she visits. She's on a visa, but she's like culture shocked. She's in a shock when she's here in the snow. Like, but they get happy for some reason. They like the snow because they're not used to it. So it's something new to them. So they kind of enjoy it, you know? They enjoy seeing it for the first time. And after that, they're over it. But I hope you enjoy your trip, Zunli. It should be a wonderful trip. Have all the fun for us. we'll be here back to work and school. You know, we won't be doing anything. We won't be doing. Hi, Ayla. Aya, how are you? So we won't be doing anything fun, but I hope you enjoy your cruise. That should be a wonderful cruise. What ship are you going on? Is it Royal Caribbean? Okay. Well, just be safe and enjoy your trip, you know? Girl. That's yeah. Wow, that's amazing. $249 for 5 days. That is a win. And it's all inclusive. That is a win. Hi, D Nice. How are you? Don't forget to light my live when you guys come in. Please light my live. Now, you can teach people how to be frugal because $249 for 5 days, that's pretty awesome. And the food is included. That is amazing. And you get to go to all the islands. That's pretty good. That is a win. You know, that is what you call a good trip. You know, you go at a low cost, you know. That is nice. So you have to go to you said you have to go to Miami and then you go on the trip. You know, I've been looking for no. Oh, the food is not included? I was looking actually this morning for cruises, but I don't like. Oh, so it's only two islands. It's still good. You know, you're going to Jamaica, so that's the main island that you'd like to go to. I was looking up cruises this morning and, you know, I'm not really. I've been on a couple cruise. I went on that cruise, the reggae cruise, the Marley cruise, and it was a lot for me because, you know, all they did was party on that cruise. You know, they just partied. It was a lot of work. It was a lot because all they did was party, party every day. All they did was party, you know, but the artists were good, but, you know, it was an experience. And I don't really like to be on the water. I love to take like when I'm traveling, I like to take like little day trips on the boats. But on the ship, the big ship, it's like I have to get used to just being on water because I feel like I'm not free and you know, it's like I'm confined. I can't move until the ship docks. But I think it's good because they're much cheaper and you get to see a lot of different places rather than flying everywhere, you know? Like you can see more than one island on the cruise on one trip. I'm 43. I'm an old girl. Yeah, old. I can't believe, guys. I tell people I'm always 27. So just next time when someone asks me my age, I will say 27. Okay, you know, because the age that I'm becoming in 2026 is not pretty. It's not pretty. You know, it's like we're all growing up. The kids are growing up and we're growing up. How old are you, Zinli? How old are you? We're just living one day at a time, you know, enjoying the moment. So I'm happy you're going on a trip. That's why I say people should not be confined to America. Yes, we live here, but you can travel. You get to travel the world and come back. Go see the different islands, go see the different countries. You know, if you're into that, definitely do it, because don't be confined in one place. You see how I'm saying it's very cold here and we're stuck. I'm only stuck because of my children. They have to go to school. But if you're free, you have no kids or no attachments, go ahead and take the trip, you know? Oh, so we're in the same age group. We are in the same age group. So have fun, hon. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your trip, you know? Have a ball. Did you say the food is not included in your stay, or you're only just visiting two islands? Well, have a ball. You know, I hope you have a ball. Enjoy it, you know. Be careful, be safe, you know, when you travel, be safe, you know. But at least you get to go to Jamaica. You get to go to Jamaica. I was looking for cruises this morning. 2 weeks. So you're going on the cruise with your children? How old are your children? My kids go back to school on Monday. They've been off for 2 weeks, you know, so they're back to school on Monday. They are just, school is, it's their free paper is bun, you know? It's bun. Yeah, they're free. They're done. They're going back to school. That's it. They're done. Time to go back to school. I'm sick of feeding them all day. You know, just sick of them lounging around like they're adults. It's time for them to go. Oh, it's inclusive. That's good. 4 weeks. Why have you been off for 4 weeks? That's what they do in London or in the UK. They give kids 4 weeks off. My kids didn't even get a full week. They had Wednesday off before. They had the Wednesday. Oh, not all school. My kids did not get a full 2 weeks because they had the Tuesday off before. They went to school the Monday, then had the Tuesday off of Christmas week, and now they're going back on Monday. Oh, well, it's good to get a break from school. You know, unwind, reset. School will be starting soon for everyone. So it's back to reality, guys. I'll probably won't be on live that much. I'll try to come on live, but I won't be able to come on too much because my schedule is so busy. Well, my kids go from about 7 in the morning till 3:30. Yeah, they're in school for a while, but a holiday is coming up soon, so they have, it's called Martin Luther King Day. We have that off, so. And then in February, they have President's Day. They have like another, I think, a long weekend where they have a 4-day weekend off for President's Day. Yeah, 7 in the morning. Their school starts at 7 in the morning. It is about 7:30, I think. One is at 7:30 and one is at 8:40. You know, 7:30 and 8:30. So they're an hour because they're in two different school. One is in middle school and one is in elementary. So, yeah. What do you mean the bad school? What do you mean it's a bad school? It's public. I don't like public school, but they go to public school. I wish I could homeschool my kids, you know, but with working, and because I know a girl, my kids are on a track team, and I know a girl, she have 3 kids and she homeschool all 3 of her kids, but um her kids are, the oldest child is 8 or will be 9 years old, like my older son, like the youngest child. So her oldest child is gonna be 9 and the youngest is 3. So she homeschooled all 3 kids, and I commend her because her kids, they sound very articulate and they sound very smart. So whatever she's doing is working. But it's hard for me to homeschool kids that, they don't listen. My kids, they don't listen, and it will be too hard. But if there are like kids that were, I forgot the name of the kids that just, if you say this, they do this. My kids are not like that. They're very defiant. So that's why they cannot be homeschooled. If they were easy kids, then I would homeschool them for sure. Okay. Yes, public school, you do have to do more work because if your child is not independent, you have to do their work. And middle school, my son, he gets so much homework. And they have what, about 6 classes, and they get homework for each class. And then they get tests. In middle school, it's weird. It's like they're in high school the way they're making these kids work. They have tests, they have homework, and also they have to do gym. When did gym have a paper test? That's 80% of the grade. They have to do a paper test in gym. I did not remember doing a paper test in our time for gym, like an actual test. So a lot of the kids are like over it. They don't want to take the test. But the test that they normally have to take for school is for, like, they have to get to know a sport. Yes, my son and I actually sat down to study about volleyball. Yes, volleyball is a sport, but why is learning about volleyball 80% of the grade? I think gym or physical ed is supposed to be the physical part. The physical should be 80%, not the paper test. And they know a lot of these kids are not going to study in gym. The other classes they may, but not in gym. Hi, Cheesy. How are you? Yeah, it's gym. And my son who's in middle school, he's very nonchalant about his grade. He's like, he doesn't care. But I try to push him. This is his first year of middle school, so he's getting used to it. I mean, he's doing well. But the good thing about middle school is that they let the kids make up their work. Like if the kids are behind, they let them make up their work. But it's just, I feel like they're giving the kids way too much work. Like if you're giving kids so much work, how will they learn? They need to teach them on a slower pace. Like they teach them way too fast. But I have my kids in other program and other tutoring that they have to do outside of school, so that helps them. But school is so different from, well, I don't really remember middle school. I remember I don't remember it, but I think we did have a lot of classes, but it's so long ago. Yeah, we're in America. We're in America. I don't think the kids should be taught rapidly. I think the kids should know what they're being learned. So if you're rushing the kids, then how will they learn it and retain the knowledge? I don't think slow as in take 6 months to teach the kids, but say they have a topic, maybe 30 days for a topic or so, but the kids are just gonna take the information in and let it out. They, certain things they have to retain, and the way they're teaching them, I don't know if they're really retaining what they're teaching them. But I guess I get what you're saying with rapidly. I think certain things you do have to teach them. They have to be quick with it. But certain things the kids need time. They need time to um soak in what they're learning. They need time to grasp what they're learning. And some of these kids don't understand because remember, when you're in the 6th grade, you're coming from elementary. Yes, in elementary, they try to teach them, but these kids are very young kids. They're like, what, 10, 11? They're still very young. So the things that they're trying to push on them, it's like it's too much. I can see it that it's a lot for the kids. And if the kids don't have comprehension, the school should definitely have tutoring for the children, and they don't. You have to find your own tutor outside of school. But my kids, they normally get tutoring anyways, just because I want them to be ahead of schedule. So I just give them tutoring. I allow them to have tutoring, you know? Hi, how are you? I forgot your name, but I know it's not February. Thank you so much. But yeah, I think with kids they need to be in private schools if you can afford that. But I also say private schools are so expensive. It's ridiculous because you have to pay for private school, right? But then you have to pay for college. So it's like you as a parent have to pick which one will you choose? And will a child who is taught in private school be better than a child who's taught in public school? I don't think so. To me, with school, it depends on the student. If a student wants to learn, they can make it far. If you put a child in private school and they don't want to learn, they're going to get kicked out. Like they won't go far. You would have to give them constant tutoring. But if you have a kid in a public school that you know they're going to excel, they will get grades, they're very interested in school, they will go as far as the child in private school. That is just my personal opinion because in college there's a mix of kids. Like if you want your child to go to Ivy League school, yes, maybe a private school is better for them to get a head start into the Ivy League school. But what if you paid for private school for your kids and then later on they're like they don't want to go to college? So, it's like a tricky situation. It's you don't know which way to go when it go with kids because you have to I guess you have to assess and know your child, you know, to see what type of child they are. If you see that your child look like they're gonna be like a doctor or lawyer or whatever engineer, then you know that child. You know if your child will not like school. But kids change and learn. You got to really push them and teach them and help them, is what I say. I try to push my kids, but I always say they're boys, but that's not true. Some boys are very studious and like to learn. They like to study, they like to learn, but you have to push like education and school into boys. They learn differently. They're very different. Christina, your body hurt. I hope what happened? Did you work out? Is it a requirement to go to college? College is a university, Lottie. Is it requirement? My kids are, well, one just turned 9 and the other one, he's turning 12. So they're young kids, but my kids are not very, I mean, they're smart, they get good grades, but you have to really push them to do their work. Boys don't want to do homework, so it's very different with boys. Well, my boys, I have to push them to do homework, but they do know what they're doing. They just procrastinate and then they take too long to do it. But they get good grades in school. I just have to push them more. And they have a program outside of school that I really love that, they work well with the kids, take them to a lot of educational things, and they have tutors. The good thing I learned, like the person who teaches, it's like a Saturday. It's on top of school. They go Saturday for like 4 hours. And my son's, the one who's in the elementary, his teacher is actually a teacher in that program. So that's what I'm excited about. So it's a good program for kids. I don't know if they have it everywhere, but they have it here in my town. Oh, Christina, yes, I forgot. Yeah. Oh, Lottie, you go to a girls only school? That's interesting. That's interesting. I don't think. Where's kimono? You mean Kuman? Where's kimono? You mean Kuman? I've never heard of kimono. So, Christina, why does your body hurt? So, in England, what is sixth form? Is that high school? Oh, Kuman. Yes, I've heard of Kuman. Zunli, I've tried to. Kuman is too expensive. Well, it's not. I did try to get them into Kuman, but I feel like this program that they're in now is actually better than Kuman, you know, because it's similar to Kuman, because Kuman, I think it was only one day. I've no Kuman. I've researched them and even have appointment, but my kids never got in. Uh, it's not that they didn't get in. I didn't like sign them up for Kuman, but they have a different program that they're in, that's Kuman. I forgot why the program cannot pop into my head right now for me to say it, but they go to that program, you know. But Kuman, I learned about Kuman when they were younger because a friend of mine sent her daughter to Kuman, and then I was to sign my kids up. But my kids are like, they're not. I, I would say they need one-on-one. So I didn't like the Kuman program for them because I feel like something about Kuman I didn't like. But I'll look into it more. Okay, that's interesting, Lottie. It's totally different from the US. Yeah, that's very different. That's totally different. It seemed like the I would have to research about the UK because it seems so very different than the US, the educational system. Oh, here it's called the Legacy Program. It just popped into my head, and I really like what they're doing for the kids. GCESEs. What? Let's see. No, we don't do that, Lottie. But I'm sure they have something in that capacity, you know. But no, we don't do the GCSEs. That's only for England. We don't do that here. That's very different, you know? That's really different. I've never really researched the educational system in England because, you know, we've never thought of moving, but it's very different now that you're telling me about it. It's very different than the United States. Um, my kids' school are not so strict, you know. No, they're in public school. Like my son, he does his work. For elementary, they're not so strict on the kids. They work with them. And like I said, my kids, they know what they're doing. Oh, Lottie, I'm sorry. Yeah, the UK school sounds strict, right? Lottie, she's asking if it's strict because you go to an all girls school. Okay. Sorry. Well, the it sounds straight. Like, is it a private school? Oh, you guys get detentions a lot. Okay. Now, Lottie is only 12, right, Lottie? How old are you? 12? I put my live is not for kids, but they always have young kids on my live. I don't. Oh, you're 13. So, what does YouTube consider kids? So a 13-year-old in the US would be in middle school. So they would be graduating 8th grade. And then, yeah, they're pretty much in middle school and then they're graduating. And then the next year they're going to high school at 14. So so at your age, are you in sixth form? The school system is very different in the UK. It just sounds so complicated. Okay. So is secondary school, to me, your secondary school is like middle school. So that to me, it sounds like you're in middle school because you're in secondary. So here they go to elementary school, which is their first school. So that's your first school. You go up to about grade five, where you're, well, some places are different, but in my town, you go to grade five where you're 10 years old. After that, you go to middle school, and that is the secondary school here. Middle school is from 11 to 13. And then from 11 to 13, after that, grades 6 through 8, that is middle school, like their secondary school. And then after that, you go to high school, which is grades 9 to 12. And after high school, you go to college. And that's university here. College and university is the same thing, pretty much. So the UK system is very much different, you know? It's very interested. I would not send my kids to UK because like Zuni Lee said, UK sounds so depressing, and this school system, it sounds depressing. It sounds like you guys go through a lot, you know? They're very strict, you know? Okay. Okay. Well, it sounds complex, Lottie. I wish you all the best, and I wish you get there, you know? You'll get through school. So you do well in school, you follow your instructions, you don't let them call your parents a lot. Come here, where are you from? Do you have black hair? That took you a while to wash your, that was quick to wash your hair. Okay. Zunli, I went to school in Jamaica, but I don't remember anything. So Jamaica is just elementary school and then high school? Okay. Lottie, maybe because you need to stay off YouTube. Because no, your parents should have get called a lot. You should focus on your education. You should try to be a good girl in school and not let the teachers stress your parents out, you know? Try to be very studious, focus in school. Now, in Jamaica, I think I went to primary school and I left Jamaica when I was 9 going on 10. So that's where I left it at in Jamaica, you know? And I feel like the school system in Jamaica is very better because I remember when I came, I was 9. So I came in March and I did not finish the fourth grade. And then in September, I went straight to the fifth grade, you know? So that was quick for doing 4C here. Come here. That's quick. I couldn't do that, wash my hair that quick. I thought you were joking when you said you had to go wash your hair. Yes, Zunli, you have your friends. I remember all my friends from primary school. We're all on Facebook. We all connect, you know. It was like about four of us. And then in Jamaica, we were from a community, kind of like, you know, in America where they have the cul-de-sac where you guys all live together. Everyone on the street know each other. So in our community, it was kind of like that. We all knew each other. We all walked to school together. It was nice, you know. We're all grown now. That's the thing about migration. You just, it's just not the same. And you just remember the good times you had as a kid in Jamaica. It was free. It's totally different now how these kids are being raised. They're confined, you know. Oh, you had help with your hair? Who helped you with your hair? I normally do my hair myself, or I go to the salon to get it washed. Like after I do my hair, it's just in a puff. It just puffs up, you know? You have to keep it plait. You have to plait up your hair. That's what we have to do, plait it up so that it don't knot up easily. When we let out our hair like this, when it's in the natural form, then it gets tangled easily. You know, even like this, I can't wear my hair out. I have to plait it up, or do a bantu knots, but the curls didn't come out properly, but whatever. I understand because it's the same for me, you know? It's the same for me with my hair. Yes. My sister, she said she always blow dry her hair. Sometimes to me it's easier if I just do ear dry because blow drying it's hard. Like when I plait my hair wet and just take it out the next day, and as it go along with the days it will just stretch out. You know, I just plait it and it will stretch. But sometimes the blow drying is too much for me. Oh no, I have to let my hair out to wash it. But the flat plaits are very, it's, you know, I guess some girls do that, but I can't do it that way because I feel like I'm not getting to my roots enough. But I feel like that's a good idea if you watch each section and just plait it back up, then it won't get tangled easily. But I'll try that next time. But what I do with my hair that's made it so much better for me is I do a deep conditioning before. Like I do deep conditioner, a protein treatment, and then I had my oils. I add my oils and I let my hair sit for about 45 minutes before I actually wash it. And then when I do that, when I'm washing it, it's softer and it doesn't get as tangled, you know? So I just deep condition it before I wash it. Okay, I'm seeing the method that you're using, but I've just never done it that way. But I can envision what you're saying. Yeah, you just unplait it one by one and wash it one by one. But that makes sense. It's probably easier. You unplait it, wash it, and then put it back into your pot. So I have to wash my hair this week. Probably sometimes this week I have to wash my hair. And I'll probably blow dry it to make it easier to plait, you know? Yeah, our hair is a lot. Our hair is a lot. It very much so defines us. And it's a lot. It's beautiful though to have hair on your head, you know, it defines you, you know. And I prefer to wear I wear wigs and weave, but I prefer to wear my natural hair because I noticed the wigs and weave, when it touches, even the human hair, when it touches my body, it itches the heck out of me. And I know people might say I'm crazy, but yes, I clean it, I wash them, but they just scratch. If they're, you see how my hair is touching my skin, I am not getting bothered. Bye, Zuni. It was nice talking to you, Zuni Lee. I hope you enjoy your trip on Monday. I should be on tomorrow. But I hope you enjoy your trip. We'll miss you. Enjoy your trip, you know, and talk to you later. Talk to you later. Yeah, but yeah, I've been, yeah. Okay. Okay, so you do small plots. Love you too. Thank you for subscribing and coming on to my channel. We love talking. Um, Hi, okay. I will not do the small plaits because that's not happening for me. That takes too long. Normally, when I do my own hair, my plaits are very big, they're very uneven. But I normally put product like a curling cream oil just to plait it up to let it back out. Now, some nights if I get lazy and don't replat my hair, I'll my hair will end up in an afro. But, the key to retaining her hair is probably to plait it up every night, and just keep it greased, you know, keep it greased. Everyone, yeah. So keep it greased, you know. So yeah, our hair is very difficult, but I feel like as I've gotten older, I've learned to better manage my hair. I actually like doing my hair, I don't like doing it, but it's easier for me to do it than have someone else do it. And the only style that I really know how to do with my hair when it's like in its natural form is just doing like a braid out. You plait it, put products in it, and let it out. That's all I do when I have my own hair, my hair. But when the salon, when she straightens my hair like this, then I can put it back. I've been really big on headbands now. There's put my hair back with a headband or just put it up. But I don't like ponytails really in my hair. They said for your hair not to shrink, you have to. They have the coil. You know the coil, right? What do they call it? The African, it's like a thread. The thread, and you just thread it over your hair. To stretch my hair sometimes without blow drying, I'll plait it and then I just pull it. You gotta pull it back, pull it long, and just put bobby pins in. That also prevents it from shrinking. Yeah, but our hair shrinks a lot. Like when I have my natural hair out, it even if I blow dry it, it stretches, but as soon as I hit the humidity, it will puff up. It doesn't stay straight. And that's how I learn in the summer. I'll have my hair like this and then it's poofy, puffy in the summer. Right. Now that it's fresh, you can plait it and then just put the bobby pin, stretch it, and just put the bobby pin. It will stay straight. That's what I do to my hair. And sometimes I don't blow dry my hair because I don't like, and my sister look at me funny. I don't like blow drying my hair. To me, it's more complicated. It's better if I just plait it up wet and let it air dry. Plait it up wet. But now I've got the brush hair dryer. I've seen if you go on like Amazon or go on, I think they sell it on TikTok. It's the brush for our hair. I think it's so good. It's very easy to use the brush and just do your hair. The comb blow dryer, I don't like it, but the brush one, it works really well for my hair, you know? Thank you. I try to take care of it because it is a lot of work because I have to wash it like hope probably tomorrow night I'll wash it. It will be back in its natural form. But I let only one person do my hair. I don't let a lot of people do my hair. And right now, I know I was talking about yuck. Ugh, we don't eat buffalo meat here. So I know I was talking about how we should embrace our hair more and not wear wigs and weaves. But I feel like sometimes you do have to, just to retain your hair, you have to braid it and wear wigs and weaves sometimes. But a lot of girls, they also wear, like in the wintertime, they wear the scarves over their heads. So my hair right now, I think I need to braid, like give it a break, just braid it. But I don't really want, we do the silk press. I don't put heat on my hair. If I do, I put the heat on the lowest heat, low, 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 not high. And also, if you take your vitamins, your hair will spout. The vitamin, even though I'm not being sponsored, but You know, a good vitamin for our hair is the Mary Ruth liquid vitamin. I know it's probably in your face, but it's really good for our hair. Um, Buffalo meat we don't eat. I'm so sorry. We don't eat buffalo meat here. We just eat beef. So what is your name? Because it's like sometimes I see the names and I can't pronounce it. I know you guys all have different names. So you know what I'll do? I'll match you guys' energy and put a fake name. I'll put a fake name like you guys have a fake name, but it's Carla's Way. It's not like it's my full name. It's just my first name. And it's not my last name either. So it's okay. But it YouTube allows you to change your username, you know? But I understand when people want to protect their privacy. You know, it's okay because there's a lot of people out there that, you know, you have to be careful of, you know. I'm not interested. I have nothing to offer anyone. So, oh, your name is Lottie? Is oh, Charlotte is such a pretty name. I love that name. Charlotte. That's very much a UK name. Does anyone eat buffalo meat? I've never had buffalo meat Godspeed, but I've never had buffalo meat and I'll never have it. You know, I'll eat oxtail and beef, steak, but not buffalo meat. I'm sorry. And when I eat beef, I feel like beef takes a very long time to digest. So, oh my gosh. But it's to each your own. I think people have different appetites. And if you, oh my goodness, you guys need to change the topic. You're making my stomach turn. Mm. Deer, when I see those poor little deers, you know, just hopping through my backyard, I don't know. I would not eat a deer. But some people eat whatever. They eat rabbits, you know. How old are you? Hi. I'll say come he. Do you want to let me know a nickname? January 29th, so that makes you an Aquarius. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to the Aquarians. January 29th. That's a good birthday. Where are you located? Are you in the US? Kiyomi. Oh my God, you have such a beautiful name. Kiyomi. I've never heard that name before. I'm telling you. I heard Kiwana, but Kiyomi? Oh, you're Trinidad. Oh, you're in Trinidad. Enjoy the sunshine. Have some roti for me. Some roti. So you're saying I should soak beef in milk before I make it? Like if I'm making steak, I should soak it in milk? I've never heard that. I'm gonna try it though. Like just if I'm making steak, I should, you know, I love steak. Really? I'll try that. I've never heard that before. Soak it in milk before I make steak. Wow, I have to research. I have to research. Oh, is that beef or just a buffalo? The Venezuelan news about the bomb attacks. That's politics. I saw it in my news feed. I don't know. I saw a thing, but I have to read into that. Why does the US want to capture Venezuelan president? That's what happened. Godspeed, you might know more because you're good at that. I have to read into it. That's scary. That's why I'm saying sometimes I stay away from the news, but you have to be informed. It's like, why is all this happening, in 2026? The deers, yeah, they go, they just walk anywhere. They walk through my yard, the bears. My kids don't like our backyard because they say um too many woods in the backyard. They don't like it. So we have to put a fence up. They get everyone that comes here don't like the backyard because there's a lot of woods. But that's how it is in my state. We have a lot of wood. The deers don't bother you. They just walk through the yard, but you have to be careful when you're driving because they will just run into your car. Yeah, they're here, but I don't like when I see the big black bears because that scares me. I'll stay inside. I'll stay inside. So, oh, he's a bad guy. What did he do? I have not, my parents keep me updated in the news, but I did see the shorts on him. I need to read more into him, but I mean, that's politics. Oh, wow. Really? He's importing it into the US? Yeah, the deers don't really bother you, but they're just foolish sometimes because they'll run into your car. Like when you're driving, they just run into your car and cause an accident. I don't like that. It's like deer just run the opposite way. They don't run the opposite way. That's why when you see deers, I don't know if they're blind or something, like colorblind. Oh, wow. Well, if he's doing that, then yeah, I think it's um him being captured is justified if he's doing very bad things to the his people and to people all over the world. Oh, wow. Well, if they're celebrating, it's a good thing, right? So if they're celebrating, they know it's good because how can you be in power and trying to infect your people that way? Drugs is really a bad thing. It affects people in such a bad way, you know? It keeps people under bondage, and for you to be a president to try to promote that and you're giving it to people, it's not good. For what gain? What type of gain? What gain? That's why I said they need to be very careful who they put in power. When you vote people in power, be very careful because a lot of people have their own personal agenda. They don't have the right agenda for the people. They're in power for their own gains. They're not there to help the country. They're here to help their personal family. So if the people are celebrating, then he was not a good president to the country. He was not. Yes? Yes, you can type. Go ahead and type. Kiyomi. Kiyomi. Did I say it right? Kiyomi. I don't know. Looks like the US also wanted oil too. It's not just about him having drugs. It seemed like the US wanted oil too. Oh, wow. You see, that's the thing. With presidents, they'll say they're doing this and do that, but you don't see their true colors until after they're in office. That's why I say there's a lot of people in sheep's clothing, because you see the outside of a person and you don't know what's on the inside. That's why you guys have to be careful of who you vote for president, who you welcome in your life. Um, yeah, the US want their oil, that's it. Because if he's being a bad person to his people, what does the US care about that? They have to deal with that. But I'm thinking that the US, yeah, it's oil, it's all about oil. Because there's other countries who they have very bad presidents. Why aren't the US going in there to take them down? Because those countries probably have nothing to offer the US. But if he is a bad president to his people, then he needs to remove. They should put in someone who will help the public, help the people, you know? Really? Have you been there? Have you been there, Kiyomi? Godspeed, you took away your message too quick. You don't even have your real name. What's your real name? We have to call you Godspeed. Okay, do you like the country? I know they were promoting it, Mike. My God. I'll just continue to call you Godspeed. Such a common name. I know they were promoting that Venezuela for people to take trips. It was cheap at one point for the Americans to take. They were promoting a lot of the countries in South America. It's okay. It's okay because I'm used to Godspeed, so I will continue to say Godspeed. That is the name I'm used to, but we have to, hopefully, things will get better for Venezuela, you know. And I feel like, why is it just the US that's attacking them, or is there other countries like joining with the US? See, I don't try to keep up. Well, I need to keep up on politics, but it's so heavy right now. Everything that's been happening in the world, like last year, it was Israel and Iran, and then it was, I think Russia and Ukraine, they still have the war. And then I hear things about things happening with China and Taiwan. It's just every second there's something. And then the US, they just blew up Nigeria. Some were in Nigeria because they wanted the oil, you know? Not the oil. I feel like everything is related to the oil. Me personally, but that's just how I feel. But I feel like yes, war is crazy. Thank you for talking, Kiyomi. It was nice talking to you. Keep your hair good and have a great day. You know? Thank you for telling me about that. I'll do my research later, you know. I will definitely do my research about what's happening in the world. Sometimes I just sit and I listen to world news, what's happening in the world. Because if you're someone who travel like outside of the United States, like to go to different islands or different countries, me, I just stick to the US and go to islands, but maybe I'll go to other countries. And sometimes that's why I don't like to travel out to other countries, because you get fearful of what's happening out there. Once you say you're an American, then you're targeted and you don't want that to happen to you, you know. So normally sometimes I'll just say I'm Jamaican, and then it's a much better. So I just hope for peace. Hopefully in 2026, I hope the world have peace. Hope everyone get together and work together. Um, because we're all one. We're all one people, and I don't feel like war should be happening. People shouldn't be, served with drugs and doing stuff like that. There's people who are very heavily affected with addiction. So that's bad to introduce them to that, and then it affects their entire life. Some people cannot come back once they are on drugs. They can't. Like, their brain is gone, everything is gone. So thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate it. And put on your notification. I try to go live now once a day. Um, I try to do that now, to go once a day, to go live, to chat, because I like to chat. And every day it's a different topic. I love the topics that you guys talked about today. It was really, really, really good. But I'm gonna go now. I thank you guys for talking to me, because I have to tomorrow. I said I have an event, a sporting event. So tonight it will be an early night for me. Um, and I know we're supposed to be happy all the time. Godspeed. Yeah, we're supposed to be happy 90% of the time. But next week, I'm back to work. I'll try to be content. New year, new me. I hope you guys made your list. Um, I hope you guys made your list for 2026, as I was saying, and stop winging life, stop winging it. Make your list, do your plans, and try to stick with it. So I made my list. I'm trying to make all my plans, and I'll let you guys know if some of my wishes come through as the year go on. And I hope we all stay connected throughout the year. I'll try to bring you guys along with me on my journey throughout the year. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday night. Enjoy the rest of your night, and go to bed, Lottie and Charlotte. Have a great night. Try to get some sleep, because it's 1 in the morning. You're 13. Try to go to sleep. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and talk to you soon. Bye.